Wednesday edition. Humpin It with Mello, D83, and the Maestro.
Hello and welcome everyone. The week is almost over. You're halfway there. It's Wednesday, hump day, and you're now humping it with Mello, D83, and the Maestro. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yes, indeed. Welcome everyone to another Wednesday edition of the Humpin It Podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in, hanging out with us for this hour, and hopefully you will lose some brain cells over it, or something like that. Or I meant gain. I apologize. I meant gain. But yes, here we are, and let's get to it. Mello, D83, how's it going?
What's up? Pretty good.
Hey, man. Lucini falling out the sky. Let's get rich, what? That's all I can say. Yeah, I don't know where that came from,
I
but
haven't heard that in a long time.
I know. I'm on a roll today, pulling out all these songs out the memory banks, man.
Yes. Atlanta more set before
I know.
we got on here, and now this, man.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. But we're going to see where it goes. So, but y'all doing good out there? Y'all's week's been okay so far? I probably didn't say that right, but that's all right.
On by fast.
That's good.
Yeah.
That can't be a good
is
thing. Well, we know that, Mello. Thanks for rubbing it in. I'm rolling my eyes.
I don't need you to be that way.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yes. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Here comes the starting 5'5" water boy. D83 with the 3 and out segment.
It's okay.
Well, it sounded good at the time, but go ahead, D83. What you got for us?
Here now, you're starting 5'5" water boy. That sound good? Is that close?
Perfect. Yeah. I don't know if it,
That's close.
Yeah. You know,
Probably wrong on the height though.
5'5". Yeah, I would say like 5 foot even.
I feel way taller than that.
But you don't look it, sir.
It's the chair.
That's what.
It's the chair.
Oh,
It's the chair.
The chair is too
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah.
He fell for it.
Dang. I had no comeback for that. I had no comeback for that. God dang. So Wimbledon was this past weekend. Man, that was awesome. That was really good.
So what was going on? Because I certainly didn't watch it, sir.
Well, Saturday you had the women's finals, and I'm not even going to attempt to say their names because I know I'm going to butcher it.
Oh, got you.
So we'll just say that one young lady was unranked, and I was rooting for her because I was like, "Oh man, this is really cool." You know, she's unranked, never won a title before, and it's Markita Vondrosova. Yeah, see, I told you I was gonna butcher it. That girl,
Okay.
right?
I don't know.
She was playing against a ranked number 6 opponent. Now I have seen, correct, and she was unranked. The number 6 opponent, Onus Jimbiner or whatever. I have seen her play before, right?
Okay.
I've seen her play before. But yeah, the unranked girl
She won.
beat the number 6. It was awesome.
Wow. That's
Wow.
a huge win, man. I know.
Yeah,
I know she was stoked.
Just in 2 sets. It only took 2 sets. I was I wouldn't recommend this for anyone, but I was driving and watching at the same time. Going to Great Wolf Lodge. Had a great time, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I will never ride.
Nice.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
And Sunday was the men's.
Okay.
Finals. That turned out to be everything I was hoping it would be.
Nice.
And I told my kids, I was like, look, we ain't doing nothing until this match is over with. I got outvoted, so I missed some of the match. But as it got closer to the end, I was like, we're going back to the room real quick.
Oh yeah. I got you.
It was ranked number 1, Carlos Alcaraz versus Novak Djokovic, number 2. So number 1 versus number 2.
You said Alcatraz?
Alcaraz.
Alcatraz.
Yeah, Alcatraz. But yeah, I see.
Pay me no mind.
But anyways, it was against number 2 Novak Djokovic, and obviously I was rooting for Novak, but
He
didn't happen. It went all the way to 5 sets, so that's cool.
Wow, that was a good game then.
It was. It was
match.
a really good match. Yeah, dude. It started at 9:00, and I want to say it ended at a little after 2:00.
Wow.
That's the one thing about tennis, dude. It can go.
They going hard though. That's what happened.
Yes.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Very crazy.
That's crazy.
I could at least play half a set.
Come on, man.
Half a set.
Here we go.
Without getting winded, gasping for air, been on oxygen, passed out.
The best you can hope for is playing pickleball with the geriatric crew.
I thought you could say the best thing you hope for is they got a stretcher close by.
Oh, that too. No question.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so I'm going to switch over to music again because not a whole lot of sports.
That's all right.
I'm going to start with this one. 2011. I can remember it like yesterday. I was in the mall. Back when I used to go get CDs. I was going into FYE. I was so excited. The album was Gautier, Making Mirrors. He wrote and produced majority of it. The hit song on there was Somebody That I Used to Know.
Somebody that I used to
know.
Yeah,
I remember that.
okay.
Major hit, right?
Right. I remember that joint.
If you look it up on Spotify right now, it still has over 1 billion streams.
Oh my gosh.
It's nasty.
That's crazy.
So I remember like yesterday, I went and got the album. I rushed in my old car to go play it and was quickly disappointed. Worst album I had ever purchased in my life.
Ooh.
Right? You thought I was going somewhere else for that, right?
Well, I did. Wow.
Every time now when I hear that song on the radio, and I love that song still to this day.
Right. Just a one-hit wonder.
I was just like, I can remember like yesterday how excited I was when this album came out. I purchased it the same week it came out, only to be so disappointed.
That's how it grows, man. I'm gonna tell you the worst album I ever purchased. Lumi D.
And you know what? I was with you that day you purchased it.
I was so disappointed. She could not sing. I was just so upset because she had that one single,
Yeah.
and that was it. The whole album was just horrible. I was just like, why?
And the beat that she used for that song was used on so many other songs.
Yes,
that weren't hers.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That was the hot. That was it. That was a hot track, man. And that album. Oh my stars! I was just like, yo, how did they release this? Like, who thought this was a good idea, man? Gosh.
I'd have loved to have been in that room.
I know,
Like,
right? Listen,
This is what we're putting out.
we ain't got no choice. We got to do it. I guess that's the only way. I don't know, man. That was so disappointing. But yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, that was. I thought you were gonna say like a Silk the Shocker album, but
'cause
then
I've
again,
never purchased one of his albums.
right,
Never.
right.
And will
Never.
I ever purchase one of his albums?
Oh god,
Worst rapper ever. The
worse than
only
E40.
reason- Yes. I'd much rather bump E40. Exactly, man. Silk the Shocker was the worst. Is still the worst rapper ever. It's so disappointing.
I can't say that I didn't purchase any of his albums.
You did. I remember you did.
I did. No limit. It was the beats were still nasty.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, the only thing that saved Silk the Shocker, number one, was his brother, right? Let's be
Sure.
real. And
Yeah.
then the beats.
Or-
That was it.
Yeah.
Because that's all, people were really getting down with, you know what I'm saying? Because it was really catchy hooks, right? It was a lot of repetitive lyrics in it. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of just. So that's during that time. That's what it was. You know.
But no limit soldier. I thought I told you.
Exactly.
That
They gonna
beats
say,
beats by the pound.
yes,
That was their production team.
yes,
Beats by the
yep.
pound, right?
I think so.
Nasty.
Yeah.
They were nasty.
Well, that was yeah. I mean, that was just that era. The Manny Fresh era. The Manny Fresh was so nasty.
Man, Fresh was
Manny Fresh was a
something
monster,
else.
man. God,
Something else.
I used to love listening to all his
The,
productions.
the worst thing was about Manny Fresh though was the moment that I realized or found out that he used the same beat machine that I had. Right. And I go, how come mine don't sound like that?
Sir, that proves it's more than just the beat machine, sir.
He was using that MP7 command station.
Yeah, I remember, bro. I remember for y'all that don't know, me and D83 used to be rappers. I can't even say it with a straight face, bro. I can't, because I don't know what I was thinking. I was terrible. I thought it was
Look at us. Look at us. We still on these mics.
We are in a different capacity. It's clear.
That is true.
I didn't make it as a rapper. Oh well.
I think next Wednesday. I think next Wednesday we'll play some tracks.
I don't have any tracks, man.
I still got them.
Are you kidding me?
You know I still got them. I'm yeah.
Right. We gotta. You gotta play him first. I gotta hear him first, because I'm not gonna embarrass myself like that, bro. Have all these. We will have 0 viewers listening to my rap. Bro, do you remember when we were? I know I'm taking up all this time, but we were on. We were downtown. It was you, me, and B, and who was it that we ran into? That producer or what's his name?
No, I ran into him and then I called him up, so we met over there. You talking about
Right.
Jig?
Yeah.
Jig with the live from the block.
Yes,
Live on the block. Live from the block. I think it was live from the block. Yeah.
Live from the block. Yeah, I got that VHS somewhere.
Where?
Yeah, I gotta find it, but I got.
I've never seen it.
I know.
I've never seen it.
I don't know how I got it either, but yeah. So we were out there. He was just, I guess, the whole premise was just filming. You know what I'm saying, like life on the streets, kind of. Just average people doing things. You know what I'm saying, kind of making like a street classic tape almost. Something like that. So.
That thing was nasty. I mean the concept.
Yeah, the concept was.
And everything.
I'm laughing at the fact that that was like my 2 seconds of fame, right? I was like, oh man, what? I'm on camera? I'm gonna bust this rap out, bruh. I couldn't even get the rap right. He ran out of battery power before I could get it out.
I was the same way. I kept stuttering and missing my lines. And then I freestyled, and then I just freestyled for him.
Right. I was just like, yo, what is wrong with me? And I never, that's why I never watched it, because I was like, yo, he probably kept that in there. I probably look like an absolute fool. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna tuck this away. Never watched.
You know what the crazy thing is?
What's that?
Because the DC one that he put out, that had Wale on there.
For real?
Wale was on there way before he ever made it big.
That's crazy, man. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. We could listen. Y'all go check out Live from the Block. What was my name?
It was always popping.
No, was it? Because I went by the Dawn sometimes.
I remember
that.
popping.
That's
Two of a kind. Two of a
Two
kind.
of a kind. That was like, yeah. Man.
Cardiac.
Yes. That's
Right.
I'm gonna leave this mic alone too. Sorry.
So the next album that I was going to talk about.
My bad. I interrupted you. Go
No,
ahead,
you're good. You're good. Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt.
Oh man, you know what?
One that started it all.
I did not appreciate Reasonable Doubt until much later. I was not a fan of it when it came out. I was not a fan of it. Even, what I'm saying, after a few years after it came out. It wasn't until I was probably in my late 20s, early 30s. If not, no, yeah. before I actually appreciated that album. And it's a great album. So it's an absolute great album.
Amazing album.
Yeah.
Amazing album. Had great production.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it was done by DJ Premier.
Right.
The whole album. That whole album to me.
Yeah.
You know, Can't Knock the Hustle, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah. All them joints, man. I used to just listen to it from front to back, once I got to the level of appreciation.
I think my favorite on there was The Evils. The Evils and 22 Twos.
The Evils was
Evils.
nasty. That's my joint right there. Man, I got to go bump that joint now. Listen. Mello, if you ain't, I know you ain't. Never mind.
Huh?
Never mind.
What?
Nothing, because you ain't going to listen to it. You ain't.
You don't know that.
You on Hootie and the Blowfish, man.
I can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with Mr. Darius Rucker. Okay, never go wrong.
He's very talented. I would give him that. He's very talented, but I was not a fan of Hootie and the Blowfish at all. I was not a fan. I think my eardrums burst just now. God. Sir, my ears are bleeding.
I didn't sound anywhere close.
Oh my gosh, not even close, sir. Not even.
Try again.
Please don't.
Me.
Please don't. Please.
Okay, yeah. I won't try. And that's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. All right. Mella, let's get it.
Now it's time for a classically awesome journey to Squareville with Mello.
We're going to try that.
Here comes the starting 5'5" water boy.
It's time for a classically awesome journey to Squareville with Mello.
He is, but we are definitely going to fire him. I just want y'all to know that.
I've already been looking for people.
Oh, for real?
Right, Mello?
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Already, man.
Bloody. Well, excuse me, but you know what? That's all right. Mello.
Yes.
I'm sorry. We're going to do it.
You're good.
No, we're going to get this right. I'm going to get this.
Now it's time for a classically awesome journey to Squareville with Mello.
All right.
Perfect.
All right. Sorry about that.
You're
I
fine.
have a stern talking to.
Maestro?
I'm starting with the man and the mirror.
There we go.
How I feel. What it do, though? What it do? What you got for us, man?
So, as you know, I was with y'all from Key West last week, giving you a little bit of what I had experienced so far, which wasn't much. I'd only really been there, just like a couple of days, but
Right.
my husband and I did get the chance to explore a little bit more on the island. We got to take a trolley ride downtown, and they gave us some
Mr.
amazing.
Roberts trolley?
No, not that
Dang,
one.
man. All right, my bad. Go
The
ahead.
Key West trolley. And they gave us some really, really interesting facts and information on the history of Key West. For it being such a small place, so far out from pretty much everything.
I don't know if I understand the it's a highway just out in the middle of nowhere.
It's US Route 1. So Route 1 that runs through here.
Right.
It's the longest running north to south highway in the US. So it starts.
I could literally just jump on Route 1, which is like 5 minutes from my house. And I could go all the way. Now, it'll take me 300 years, but.
Yeah, that'd be the long way. But it will take you to the very end of Key West.
Ain't that something?
It's really cool. It's really cool.
That is kind of dope, though.
So that was one of the interesting facts because you know, you get to mile marker 0 in Key West of US Route 1.
Right.
That was cool. So the actual island of Key West is only about 4 miles long and about 1 mile wide. Excuse me. But in the beginning, it was actually smaller than that. It was about maybe 2 miles long, a mile wide. What ended up happening is the U.S. military, which has had a very strong presence on the island since we acquired it from Spain, they dredged a lot of that area. So let me rewind a little bit back. Key West is actually basically like the whole Keys are like basically coral reef, that whole area. And so I'll get a few more of those facts in a second. But they dredged to, build up their base because the road to the base where we stayed on, there's nothing but water and marsh on each side. It is a road that was made just to go to that base. It is just so cool.
I don't trust it.
What? But the thing
I
is,
need a hovercraft.
no, but it's not that deep in that area because of the reef and everything. So everything that they dredged up, which is the coral and everything, they just built up. And then they could build on it. And that's how the island expanded because they dredged a lot of that area.
Is the coral reef like protected though? I mean, they just destroyed it?
This was before it was protected. It was a while ago.
Wow. Wow. Well, all right then.
But yeah, so Key West is home to the 3rd largest barrier reef. And the largest in North Carolina. So the 3rd largest in the world, the largest in North America. So it extends south from Miami, way past the Keys for about 170 miles. So that's a little bit of fact on that. So where we were camping, Tony and I decided we were going to go down into the water because we were right, like, on the water, like, basically.
I remember seeing the pictures.
Yes. So when we walked out there, it felt like walking into a warm bath. That's how warm the water was. But we had...
Swimming?
I can't swim, unfortunately.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Did you go wading into the water?
I
dip your
did.
toe?
That we did.
In the water. Okay. Sorry.
So you could go out, like you could walk out for a long ways and it not really come up past your waist.
Oh, wow.
But the thing was, is the water was so clear, like crystal clear.
Oh, that's dope.
That far out.
Wow.
And the whole bottom, thank goodness I was wearing, the little water shoes. Because my feet would have been cut to pieces.
Shredded.
Because there's reef all down there. There was all kinds of like little cones. There was sea anemone, purple sea anemones. There were sponges, these big black, like spongy things like in the water. It was like so amazing. If only I could show you the pictures.
And you were walking on that?
I didn't walk on top of it because you could see it. If I walked on it, my foot would go through it. It's just a big sponge.
I know, but still, dang, that's kind of crazy, man. But you can, so it's clear enough you can see everything.
Every single thing.
That is
the fish, like any crustaceans down there. Dang. I saw pretty beautiful like conch shells, seashells. All of them had hermit crabs in them. I was not able to find a shell without a hermit crab.
Why you ain't just get the hermit crab?
Because it's salt water and we have freshwater tanks here. They would not live. Trust me. I thought about it.
Add some salt in that Jane, man. Or get a new tank for him.
No.
Man.
That wouldn't work.
So even the conch shells had
like the smaller conch shells, not like the big ones.
I was about to say, yo.
That's
a lobster.
I want a big conch shell just from my own collection. But I didn't see any big ones, just like some of the smaller ones. And every one had a hermit crab.
But that's how they do, man. And they like I remember watching this documentary. I don't know why, but they like a lot of times, it's a competition for shells. And,
Yes.
they all huddle up, and like once one moves out, it's like they fight to move back in. You know what I'm saying? To move into the next shell, and then the next one tries to move into the shell that they drop. It's like a chain reaction. It's kind of crazy. Anyway.
And the crazy thing is, one of them was a feisty little critter. He kept spitting water at me.
Wait, how? You picked him up?
Of course, I picked him. I picked up the shells.
Well, that's what
I have a picture of me
He
holding.
wasn't spitting. He was peeing on you, man.
No, he was actually spitting. He would come out, stick his little head out, stick his little claws out to try and grab me. He was only like this big, right? And then he would spit water at me and then go back in the shell.
I would have threw him so far in the ocean, bro. Yo, that's disrespectful. I would have tossed him so far. Oh, my gosh. That's disrespectful.
Yes, it was so cool. Like, again, I know I said it last time. Since you can drive there, literally from the mainland,
Right.
I absolutely encourage anyone to put it on their bucket list to go visit. It is truly island paradise within the mainland of the United States.
Now, that's all good and well, but let's talk about the things that you didn't like.
Oh, the no-see-ums or the biting midges?
Yes.
The mini invisible vampires
Yes.
that live down there.
Listen, I heard they say off really don't do nothing. Like, you got to just cover yourself in like tar. You know what I'm saying? So they can't get to you, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, you need to really wear like a long sleeve shirt. They have those types of shirts and things that are made for
Like linen and stuff.
yeah, and like fishing gear that they have that's like really lightweight but is like SPF protected and it breathes easily.
Yeah.
A lot of people I did see wearing that type of gear to kind of help.
That's crazy. You go to the paradise, out of paradise, and you still got to have long sleeves on. That's crazy. Ain't no way.
But aside from that, one of the last interesting fact I'm going to share with you, because there's so much, but this was really cool. There was a railroad that was constructed way back in the early 1900s. It was called the Flagler Railroad.
What?
It came from the mainland. Flagler.
I know what the 83 was thinking. Anyways.
It came from the mainland all the way to Key West.
From the mainland of Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The industrialist Henry Flagler had a dream of connecting the Florida Keys to the rest of the state by rail.
So is it still in operation?
Absolutely not, because remember that hurricane I told y'all about last show? The hurricane, the Labor Day hurricane?
Did you? I don't remember you saying nothing about that.
You don't remember anything.
This is true. Was I on the show?
Yes, but there
You
was
remember the 83? Oh, see, I knew. See, that's the AGE right there. That's the senility.
the Labor Day hurricane of 1935
Okay.
came and utterly destroyed the railroad.
Oh, okay.
It was never rebuilt, but 50 million of Flagler's own money was invested to build this railway. It was considered at one time the eighth wonder of the world, just because of the industrial feats that had to be undergone in order to build it across the water. Now, when you're going down Route 1, you can see remnants of the old railroad. Yes,
So
and
like the support pillars and stuff. That's it.
yeah, there's more to it than that.
Okay.
But you can tell it's dilapidated. It was used as a road at one point after it was washed out and couldn't be used for the railways anymore. But then the existing Route 1 that's going through now, it was rebuilt like in the 1980s.
So they just said forget it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it is really amazing to look at. Like when you see it, I have pictures. It's just so cool just seeing that thing stretch all the way, sometimes in tandem with Route 1, just down the Keys. And it's 177 miles from the mainland to Key West.
Uh,
Over 42 bridges.
safe to say you're not walking that.
You could.
I guess for Guinness Book of World Records, probably. I don't know. I ain't walking it.
But yes, those were some of the interesting facts that I wanted to share. Again, amazing place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so thankful I got the opportunity to go, and I really, really do encourage anybody else to really give it a visit.
Got you. Okay, that's what it is then. That's what it is. Well, Mellow, thank you for sharing. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
あなたが一緒にいないと心が折れる
I'm gonna be fired today. D83,
Yes, sir.
you're not gonna let me go, are you?
Go where? Off the show?
Yes. For my failures.
You'll
あなたが一緒にい
strong
ないと
possibility, yes.
心が折れる
You'll always be in my heart.
Well, thank you, sir. Well, on that note, I'm just gonna get into it since this might be my last show.
We'll switch it then we'll switch it to the 2 Tuesdays.
The-
Because it'd just be Mellow and I, so it'd be the 2 Tuesdays. Because it'd just be 2 of us instead of 3 of us.
I think.
I don't know. We'll work on that.
I think I'm gonna fire you for that, sir. Anyways, so what I got for y'all today is the Misfit of the Demon, Misfit of Demon Academy, the Misfit of Demon Academy. So this is a definitely like a fantasy anime. It's kind of I'd say it's kind of out there, but you know, it's one of those more, I would say, a little bit lighthearted, but it features an absolutely OP main character who is cooler than the other side of the pillow. This dude is just like the ultimate, like, bad A suave type. You know what I'm saying? So, basically, what it's about is so several 100,000 years ago, humans and demons were battling. And so the Demon King, who is the gentleman I'm speaking of, let's see if I can pronounce his name. Anos Voldigold is his name. So he was a Demon King, and he was basically tired of fighting the war. So he basically made a pact with the hero, right? So that was like the top human. His name was the hero. I forget his name now, but they made a pact to end the war. So basically, Voldigold would sacrifice himself, and in doing so, release his power and kind of put a barrier over the area. And kind of, anyways, he ended the war, but he would be reborn millennia later. So
How long? How long later?
Millennia, yeah, he's old. He's really old. But so he gets reborn, and interestingly enough, as a newborn, he's pretty much talking and doing everything. So it's kind of strange, a little creepy. But he, needless to say, he grows pretty fast. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think one day he just grows up. Like, he just goes from a toddler to a full-grown adult. I can't remember. Anyways.
Interesting.
So, but he, in his time now, nobody knows who he is. Nobody, like, his name has been scrubbed from history. And the Demon King is known by another name. That's not him. So basically, it's almost a quest for him to figure out what happened and why history was changed and who changed it. And it's interesting to see, you know, kind of all the different players, some that he knew, some that, you know, I guess he was familiar with most of them. But, and the trickery behind everything. So, needless to say, being the Demon King, the actual real Demon King, his power is unmatched, and he shows it quite often. But I found it to be just cool, just a cool anime, you know? Like, sometimes you can get a anime that has an OP main character, and it's just kind of blah. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's just over the top too much. But this is cool because it actually has him, at least in my opinion. Even though he's super OP, it's like he has to take time to figure everything out. You know what I'm saying? And actually work through some things. He does not really get caught off guard, but it's super smooth how he is able to counter, all of these plans and things like that. So, super dope. I liked it. I will give it a 7.7 on the Senpai scale. 7.7. I don't know why I did 7.7.
I know. I was gonna ask.
I want what you were.
I know, right? But it's a good one. Check it out. It's 2 seasons. The second season just came out. So I don't know if it's completely dubbed yet. As you know, I watch dubbed. But the subs are out. So if you like words and looking at screens, it's out there for you. 2 seasons. I don't remember how many episodes. I would say anywhere from the neighborhood of 12 to 14. I can't remember exactly, but it's. I think it's nice. It's definitely worth watching. It's pretty cool, man. I enjoyed it. So that is the Misfit of the Demon Academy.
Now, 2 things about that.
Mm-hmm.
One, you did way better with those characters' names than I did with the women's Wimbledon.
Well,
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Also, you said the main character, I can pronounce his name, was something he went from a new. What was it?
Anos Voldigold.
Yeah, see, not going to do it. Not going to try.
Well, all right then.
You said he was like he was a newborn,
Yes.
right? He went straight from newborn and he was talking.
Well, yeah. So yeah, I mean, obviously he was super advanced, right? I mean, he's a demon king, so,
Right. But I was thinking to myself at the time, newborn talking, because if it wasn't, before I started to acquire this gray hair, as short as I am, I look like a newborn.
I was trying to open. I was trying to behave, but you left the door wide open, sir.
I figured if I joke on myself, then it doesn't leave any room for you to do so.
That's false. That's false. That's false. You opened so many doors, but I'm going to be a scholar and a gentleman, and I'm going to refrain from any more jokes on you today, sir.
Oh.
Have to write this down. Wednesday, 7/19/2023. Maestro,
Sir.
cut some slack.
I'm a nice guy. I really am. I'm a nice guy.
First time for everything. All right.
Oh, the level of disrespect. See, there you go. You done ruined it now. Oh, you done ruined it. All right, so let's get it. What is the topic for today? The topic is, I don't remember. Somebody tell me.
It was,
What was your dream job as a
dream job?
child?
There we go.
And
what
did
kept you from doing
anything?
it?
Exactly.
Oh, man. See, I was testing you.
my dream job.
Was King's
I started to think about it. As I got older.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to be a stripper, but then I looked down and realized I won't go make it.
Sir.
I won't go make it. But no. Funny thing though, you mentioned King's Dominion.
I can't get past that. Hold on. We got to pause for that, bruh. It's far too much. It's far too much material for me to listen. So I have some questions.
I have no answers. I just wanted to leave it at that. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go deeper into that. I just wanted to leave it at that, and that was it. Everyone else's, minds can just go wherever they want to with that.
Sir. Okay.
So, weather outside is frightful. Inside,
The thought
delightful.
of you being a stripper is frightful, sir. Let's talk about that.
Up on stage now is Little Dirty 83.
Sir. Wow. Hey,
Anyway,
listen.
no, but
Everybody can
King-
dream.
Oh, that would definitely take a lot of dreaming.
That's
There.
a nightmare. But anyways.
Anyways,
I told you.
King's Dominion.
Yes.
It's funny you brought that up. I will have to say this. Looking back, that to me was the best job I ever had.
Sir, you
I love
used
that
to
place.
love talking about. I'm not
Love.
like. I would just remember that's all you would ever talk about was Kings of Maine, how much you loved it, and all the people you met too. You know what I'm saying? Because you met a lot of people there too.
And I think that's what it was, just because I was a young kid around a bunch of other young kids.
Exactly. Just having fun.
Didn't seem like a job.
Exactly, and that's cool, man. That's dope. When I worked there, I hated it. Oh, I hated it. I hated it.
Oh, no.
But I've never really been a huge social person, right? Like I'm more of an introvert until I get to know somebody. You know what I'm saying? Until I get comfortable.
Right.
But I was like, yeah, I burnt the scrimps. That's not how I actually say it, but I burnt them on my first day. It was blazing hot. It was nothing but fryers. I can't remember the name of the spot I worked at, but it's right by the Anaconda. Jungle Gyms.
Jungle Gyms.
Yo, it was nothing but fryers, and it was heat, and there was no AC. Like, that was murder. I hated it. But anyways,
Breaking all kinds of labor laws. Had to be.
yeah. You know, I mean, it was open. Well, the problem is, I mean, it had AC, but we had to keep the back door open for whatever reason. I can't remember why. And then, you know, the front was open. It was just like a stall store. So, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the heat from the fryers. They had a hood system, but, you know, bro, it was murder.
What was that going to do during the summertime, really?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Really.
Exactly. So, I don't know if I'm gonna tell you the dream job that I really had. Oh man, this is gonna be funny. Is after I watched Top Gun, the first one. I wanted to be a fighter jet pilot. I did.
I wanted to do that too.
You know? And I wanted to do it so bad. So when I turned 18, maybe it was just before 18, I can't remember. But anyways, I called up a Air Force recruiter, and I was like, I was interested in enlisting, and he was like, oh, okay, so what do you see yourself doing? I said, I want to be a fighter jet pilot. And there was some silence and some crickets in the background. But he went through his little spiel. I just asked some basic questions that'll either rule me out, he'll figure out whether, to bring me in and talk to me further or just hang up the phone on me. So one of the questions was, do you have any medical issues or anything that would prevent you from, like strenuous physical exercise or something like that? And then, of course, I'm asthmatic. So I was like, yeah, I have asthma. He was like, oh, have you had an asthma attack in the last 2 years? And I was just, in that 2 year span, that's when I had the aluminum foil incident and almost perished from this earth. So I was like, yeah, but it's been a year and a half. He says, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry. It has to be longer than 2 years. Bye.
Oh.
My dreams, my heart were shattered. No, I was just devastated. My dream of being a fighter jet pilot went up in smoke.
I had a similar experience. But I was actually with this recruiter. He came to the school. He worked with me, gave me the pre-ASVAB, everything. You talking
about the Navy?
Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you think about it, Top Gun was the U.S. Navy.
It was correct.
Mm-hmm. So I was I don't know if I was still had my heart set on being a pilot at that point, because my dad had dashed my dreams because I can't see, I'm blind. So I wear glasses.
No,
and don't. He's like,
you wear Coke bottles. Sorry. Sorry.
So My dad was the one that broke me the bad news first, and he was like, "I think you have to have 20/20 vision in order to fly." And I was like, "Oh
But I got 20. I got 10/10 vision with these on.
no, I have like 8100. Like it was like really bad."
No, I'm talking about with them Coke bottles, man. You can see
No.
into the future with them joints. Joints look like some telescopes on your face, homie.
Don't laugh at him, guys.
I'm not laughing. It looked like a smirk. It looks like
It was this one picture, yo. This one picture of you in school. I can't. If I find that picture, I'm showing everybody. Oh,
Leave me alone.
I don't know what you call that little, but she had this little thing going on with her hair. That Jake was like here, but it looked like a claw in the front. And then she had these ultra large
Oversized
windshields on her
glasses.
face. and then she had the braces to match, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh, y'all gotta see that picture.
Okay, that was middle school to be, perfectly,
Was that middle
honest.
school? I thought that was high school.
It was 7th or 8th grade.
I think that was high school.
And I think everybody is pretty awkward in their middle school years.
I would definitely say yes.
You're
I would
awkward,
agree with
sir.
you on that. All right, I won't deny that. I won't deny that. Can't argue there. Can't argue with that at all.
Oh man.
But let me finish telling you. So I had my dreams dashed of being a pilot. But when I was working with the recruiter, he was just like so floored by how high my pre-ASVAB scores were. He was like, "Oh my gosh, you could go like in the nuclear field. You could do this, you could do that. And you get this type of enlistment bonus." And I was like,
Cha-ching.
so just before we were, I guess, about ready to, or for me to take the actual ASVAB and then send me to MEPS, where they send you on base, take you to medical, where they check you out, look for anything. He was like, "Oh, before, we go any further, do you have any medical conditions?" At the time, I had an irregular heartbeat, and I was telling him about that, and he was like, "Oh, man." Long story short, he was a little disappointed because he was happy because he thought he had a good recruit to go in. But I had a medical condition, so it was like,
Disqualifying medical condition.
so it was like,
there.
yeah.
You
But
said-
before that, my dream job as a child, like when I was really little, was to be a vet
this
because of
oh my god.
how much I loved animals, how much I still love animals, and am completely obsessed with nature. But
It was sickening. It was so sickening.
He said,
Oh my gosh. Everything. She would toads, snakes. I'm surprised she didn't pick up spiders. Like everything that you would find in the backyard, grasshoppers. Didn't matter. She was picking it up.
I still pick them up. Remember, I just told you about the hermit crab that was spitting at me.
That's true. Why they even think otherwise? I don't know why. I mean, she would everything. I told y'all the whole reason I have blue-tailed skanks at my house is because of her. That's the only reason. She repopulated. She populated the whole neighborhood with blue-tailed skanks by bringing them home from church. And them joints still out. They like crawl all over the place, all over the bed. But
They're
it's
so
good.
cool.
Yes, they are because they keep the bugs and stuff down. So I ain't mad at them.
See,
But at
I did you a
did.
solid.
during the summertime, they all over the place. Who knew?
I did have a actual dream job.
What's that?
I know it's hard to believe that the first thing I said wasn't the real dream job, but
Oh, it ain't hard at all.
it was in music. Obviously,
Oh,
I wanted to be a rapper and I wanted to,
that's
or at least be a music producer.
Yes.
I really wanted.
Right.
You really did, yeah. You were hard
Really
on the
did.
rap game, yeah. I wanted
Wanted
to
at least
too,
do
but
some music.
I quickly realized I didn't have what it took.
And what kept you,
Really
the
did.
83, from like really pursuing it?
That sucked.
I wouldn't say that.
No, I was I mean, no, in all honesty, I mean, it takes a lot, especially back then, to get found.
Yeah.
Those who got signed way back definitely put some work in. Versus now, you can be YouTube famous, you can TikTok
True.
famous, you can do whatever,
You had to go out and find somebody at that, you know what I'm saying, or hunt somebody down, you know what I'm saying, badger somebody, you know what I'm saying, and really work to be, it's different.
I did, however, meet someone who had made it, hanging out with Reg, but
Right.
I didn't. Looking back on, I wish I would have hung out with him more because he was always calling and saying, "Hey man, you come hang out, work on these beats and stuff." And
That could have been your.
I was always out there chasing.
Yes,
that was my
you were.
position.
This man, listen.
That was my downfall.
D83 is known for, and that was chasing women. Oh, my stars. Hey, but listen, it is what it is. Young guy, you know what I'm saying? That's what we had. That's what we was, not what we had, but that's what we would do. So, I think that was our thing, though. Riding up and down Broad Street. Wow, our priorities were kind of jacked up there.
We were young.
Yeah.
We were young.
So, but still.
It's not like we're doing it now.
This is
Could
true.
you imagine us now doing that?
Oh my gosh, man! Listen, somebody would need to put us in a psych ward for that. Something wrong at that point.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you were definitely hard on the rap game, bro. I mean, you were serious about it because you had the giant Casio keyboard, which I still have.
Right.
You had the MP7. Then you had something else. Then you had like the
Yeah, I forgot what it was.
recorder thing. Like, yo, this makes
Yeah, the 8-track thing.
Yeah. Yo, I mean, he was serious on it. And he would add in the ad libs, you know what I'm saying? And back then it was you had to back up record, because it was actual cassettes.
Yeah,
I was
Right.
tripping,
Yeah.
man. Like but it was used to be so fun.
it was
It
fun.
used to be
That was
so
the
fun,
thing.
man.
I always look back. I'm like, man, I wonder what it would be like to get paid for something you really enjoy doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Doesn't feel like work at that point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. But I don't know, man. The industry is a whole different beast. You know what I'm saying? Doing something for as a hobby, because you enjoy it, and then trying to monetize it. I think it has a way of turning it into work. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of stuff you got to deal with, especially if we're talking about like the industry, the music industry.
Mhm.
There's stuff out there. Everybody wants to be there.
Yeah.
So, but
It is what it is.
we're gonna have to find some. If you still got those tracks, bro, listen. I need to listen to them. We might have to play some stuff.
Word so superb.
Spit lines that devastate minds, like a verbal assassin when I rap. Listen, that's copywritten. Don't steal my stuff. Don't steal my stuff. But yes, indeed. Well, that'll do it for us tonight, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in once again and hanging out with us. And make sure to check out our YouTube page at Humpin It, Humpinit. Oh, we're gonna make a track off of that, D83. Stop playing. That's all you need now. And we just need a good beat.
That sounded too close to the little boozy though.
Yes, it did. And that's probably what triggered that. Okay, never mind then. Anyways. But yes, indeed. Check us out. Like, subscribe. Check out the community tab on our YouTube page. There is a poll out there. So give us some feedback. We appreciate it. We love y'all. And go ahead, D83, because I ain't going to make it. I ain't going to get it right.
You almost forgot. Next time you're humping it, think of us. Get your mind out of the gutter. We love you guys. 2 fingers. Peace.